So what is a down payment?
Down payment is the money that you're going to give to get that house, to get into the house, and lower some of your payments. Because that's part of lowering your payments. It has a lot of other things that go into it. Of course, the interest rates and things like that, but that's one of the benefits of having a down payment. If I'm buying something at zero with zero down payment, I'm paying full price. If you have a down payment, you've helped yourself a little bit. I know sometimes it doesn't seem that way.
Gotcha, yeah.
But it does in the long run.
For the typical conventional mortgages, without having to pay something called mortgage insurance, which is a policy that the purchaser buys to protect the lender. You might have to pay like 20% down payment in like the old days of the old savings and loans. But as I mentioned, you can now do them with maybe 3% down. And again, that's 3% of the total purchase price that they're going to have to come up with. And we have programs to help them with that.
The lender is always looking to see that you are a responsible borrower. Some lenders, in some instances, they might look for maybe 10%, 20% down. There are others that might request more. Usually they're going to look at your credit history. Hopefully, they'll help you along so that, as long as you're not a credit risk. A credit risk is someone that doesn't have very good credit, and that's why it's important to speak maybe to a credit counselor. A credit counselor will help you through that process.
What is NC First Home Advantage down payment?
Thank you so much for asking. This is an excellent tool for first-time home buyers. This is an $8,000 loan at 0% interest, such a deal, with no monthly payments required. In addition to that, if the folks stay in the home for 15 years, we actually forgive 20% of that loan each year starting in year 11. So by year 15, it's down to zero. But this money can be used for down payment and/or closing costs. Now, again, in this interesting market that we're in right now, that $8,000 sometimes won't even cover the whole down payment. But when we first rolled it out, it would cover the down payment as well as something towards the closing costs. So folks are still bringing money to the table. There are other ways to layer down payment assistance with other organizations also, and that can minimize the down payment. But this is just a great program right here, and we do a lot of these. These are funded with federal tax-exempt mortgage revenue bonds. And since we have to use those, our friends at IRS get involved with it a little bit. So we're a little bit different about who we count for the income. We have to look at the income of who's going to be on the application, as well as who is going to have an ownership interest in the property.
It is forgivable after 15 years. If you sell and you refinance the home, you would have to pay it back. But you would pay it back at zero interest, which is great. Let's say you bought the house and in year 12, life happens and you have to sell the house, or you decide that you want to refinance. Then at that point, we'll see where you're at. Even though it's year 12, maybe you've already passed that year mark where 40% has already been forgiven, and all you have to pay back out of that $8,000 is the 60% that's left over. So, and that's what's great about the program.
What property types are eligible?
Near about anything we can finance: a single-family home, a townhome, condominiums. And we can also do new manufactured housing units, only with the government loans, I believe. I don't think the conventionals are doing those just yet. But we could do a new manufactured home, never been lived in, never occupied, and that's $8,000 again towards closing costs and down payment.